Hey, 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 happy Tuesday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at The Daily Dope, presented by thegaminggang.com, which I happen to be the founder and editor-in-chief. Kind of the jack of all trades, master of none, as far as the gaming gang goes. It is Tuesday night, January 14th. Excuse me. I just had felt like a little ball of dust kind of pop in my mouth. Ugh. Anyway, it is Tuesday night, January 14th, 2020. This is episode 424 of The Daily Dope. Of course, if this is the first time you've tuned in, very, very casual show. Just talking about tabletop gaming for the most part. It is not rocket surgery by any stretch of the imagination. So, it is a live stream. That means chat is available if you are watching on YouTube. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay. But I do pay attention to the chat as best I can. Sometimes chat's zipping by pretty quickly and I miss things. But I do my best to kind of stay on top of the chat. So if you'd like to say howdy, maybe you've got a question or a comment, by all means, please chime in and I will do my best to respond. Of course, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If so, don't forget, ring that little bell because it will not only notify you when the Daily Dope goes live, in about a minute usually, it'll also tell you when I upload my standalone videos, such as unboxings and first looks and page throughs and interviews and reviews and convention coverage and you name it, we sort of do it. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, by all means, please visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. So I see Flaming Huron's in chat. Good to see you, Flaming Huron. So we will see what is cooking so far on a Tuesday night. Got a bit of news tonight, not a ton, a little less news than I was expecting. And unfortunately, I got a news piece that popped up about 10 minutes before I went live. So, of course, no way to squeeze that in. So I will tackle that tomorrow. So I will jump on into the news. There are, excuse me, a couple other things that are going on as well that I'll chat a little bit about after the news. So, without further ado, let's jump on in because AEG has revealed the second title that's going to be part of the Big Game Night 2020. This is as well as the Elizabeth Hargrave design Mariposas, the butterfly game that's going to be coming out from AEG. But I've got the dope on Truffle Shuffle. The chocolate confectionery industry is a multi-million-dollar business supporting millions of consumers. Every day, people across the world choose a chocolate assortment for friends and loved ones to help brighten their day. Now imagine that you are in charge of putting those assortments together. Yes, you've been hired at Russell Stover's. All right, we want you to put all this cheap candy in assortments here. There you go. I'm teasing. It's expensive candy. It's AEG. It's expensive candy. Truffle Shuffle is a fast and fun card drafting game for the whole family. Players take turns selecting truffles from a shared box of overlapping cards in order to make their own arrangements of chocolates to sell. Players can complete a variety of sets using special modifiers and action cards. With so many different chocolate truffles to unwrap and different ways to combine them, every game of Truffle Shuffle is unique. Truffle Shuffle is for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Gotta point out, the 14 and up has got to be because there's small components or something, small counters or tokens or something in the box, because it certainly does not strike me as a game that's going to be very heavy mental lifting. And AEG even says this is a family game, so take that 14 and up with a grain of salt. It does play in 15 to 30 minutes. Will carry an MSRP of $19.99 when it arrives in stores on July 31st. So, July 31st is also the first day of Gen Con 2020. No doubt that is when AEG is having their big game night. But starting last year, and I believe they're going to continue this in this year as well, I'm not positive, I'm pretty sure, you could actually go to some of your friendly local game stores and enjoy big game night there. So stay tuned. Of course, be sure to visit alldirect.com as well to get additional dope as far as big game night. But it is a tradition at Gen Con that AEG has the big game night. And I think they've been trying to spread it around a little bit to share some of the love at the friendly local game stores for those out there who are Gen Can't. So Fleming Huron says, I thought you were talking about the Goonies when you said this game's name. Yes, I know. I thought the same exact thing when I saw the title of the game. So, it could be fun. Could be a fun little game. I'm really looking forward to checking out Mariposas, which is I played Wingspan a couple of times. I don't own it, so I did not do a review of it because I don't have it. So, but pretty interesting design. I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's everybody's been going nuts about it. I don't think I would go completely insane over it. But I am interested in seeing the new design that comes out, which features monarch butterflies. So that should be pretty cool. For those out there who are kind of curious why I haven't talked about Fantasy Flight Games, I talked about how I really don't cover them too often. But I actually have some FFG news tonight about a game, not about people getting fired or laid off or anything like that. Fantasy Flight Games has announced a new Cosmic Encounter title. It's coming in April. And I've got the dope on Cosmic Encounter Duel. The Cosmic Citizenship Council has announced it will allow 2 new alien species to join its ranks. But they forgot to make 2 copies of the filing form, which means that only 1 species can join. Now, the 2 candidates must battle for control of the planets to determine who deserves the right to become a certified civilization. Cosmic Encounters Duel is a competitive standalone 2-player game in the Cosmic Encounter universe, in which you and your closest frenemy race to be the first to control 5 planets. Each of 27 alien species comes equipped with its own unique abilities that play with the game mechanisms in some way, offering you an edge in the fight. Example, the cheater, who can reserve an additional tactic that they can put toward any fight in the game as long as their opponent doesn't call out how they're trying to cheat. How your game of Cosmic Encounters Duel plays out will inevitably be affected by which powers each dueling species has and how they play off of one another. In addition to your unique species and its ability, you have 20 spaceships to traverse the cosmos and maintain control over the 5 planets you need to become a certified civilization. As long as you have a ship on a planet, you have control of it, even if your opponent also has ships there and you must share control. You can deploy these ships to fight in duels, use them to act as reinforcements, or draw them back for a tactful retreat. Just don't lose them to the warp or let them be claimed by the black void between the stars and end up lost in space forever. Danger, Will Robinson. To play, players draw and resolve destiny cards, which come in 3 types: discovery cards, event cards, and refresh cards. Discovery cards have you and your opponent discover a planet and duel for control, while event cards ask you both to test your mettle against a variety of challenges and cosmic calamities. And refresh cards offer a respite in which you can recover ships, gather allies, and ultimately prepare for another clash. At the start of a duel, you and your opponent secretly decide how many ships to send to the planets. And once they have been deployed, you can call upon any befriended envoys. To plan your attack, you secretly choose a card from your hand and a standing tactic from your collection to either guard your ships or blast your opponent's ships. Then you fight, sending ships to face off for control of the planet until the winner claims their prize while the loser retreats. After you and your opponent resolve a destiny card, you check the icon on the bottom of the card to determine which deck to draw from next. And then the race continues. I can tell you that this game is for 2 players. There is no age range available. There's no playtime available just yet either. But the game is going to arrive in April. I also do not have an exact date on when it's going to release. But it will carry an MSRP of $39.95. So Jorge Rodriguez is in chat. Good to see you. Jorge's like, hey, I'm relatively early this time out. Who is it? Is it Will Burton who tends to No, it's Viper Dave. Viper Dave is the one who usually shows up just moments before I say, all right, well, that's it for this time. It's kind of funny. So I have a confession to make. I have never played Cosmic Encounter. Ever. Any edition of it at all. Never. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It just didn't grab me when I originally saw it. I remember seeing it years and years and years and years ago. But I'm not sure as far as the FFG version of Cosmic Encounter. It seems to be a little more comedic in style. At least the artwork certainly is. The artwork for this does look like it's kind of humorous, a little tongue-in-cheekish, not as serious. Because I always thought Cosmic Encounter was kind of a serious game. I didn't think it was really a game that's kind of played for laughs. But once again, I have to point out, I've never played it. So Jorge says, Viper Dave is fashionably late. Yes, he normally does. So we have Ominous Mech in chat. I almost said Mechs. So Ominous Mecha, welcome aboard. This, I believe, is your first time hanging out. Do I have anything on Fantasy Flight Games X-Wing? No, I do not. In fact, I prefaced this news piece talking about how I very rarely cover Fantasy Flight Games. So no, I have. I'm not sure if I thought there's supposed to be a new wave of ships coming out, or maybe that's for Armada. But no, I do not have any specifics on X-Wing whatsoever. I will tell you, I think they're trying to sell FFG. So I think that's what's going on behind the scenes. I think Asmodee's trying to sell them off. Don't know. We'll find out. Then again, maybe well, we know Asmodee is up for sale, but we don't know who's really serious about picking them up. Moving right along to our next news piece. There is a horror board game up for crowdfunding for Ares Games. It's over on Kickstarter. And I've got the dope on Masters of the Night. Masters of the Night is a solitaire or cooperative game. 1 to 5 players play on the same side and will either win or lose together. You play as members of a vampire clan, slowly regaining their former power with the help of your minions. You'll fight against the agents of the Inquisition, cast fear into the hearts of the people with your hunts, and shape dread sigils in different city districts, all in preparation for the Grand Blood Moon ritual that will confirm your grasp on the city and its fate. But beware, the longer you prepare for the ritual, the harder it will be to complete it. Your enemies are searching for you constantly, and when they find you, even vampire magic may not stop them. I did not realize it was vampire magic. Okay. I've never heard of vampire magic. Heard of vampire powers. Moving right along. In Masters of the Night, you will find solo and cooperative gameplay. True to the theme, all players win or lose together, and you can play solo as well. Interesting decisions. Find a compromise between using powerful blood magic and keeping the veil of secrecy which protects you. Decide how to best use the dice in your pool. You only get new dice if you use them all. There are area control mechanics. To get control of key city locations with unique powers, you need to recruit minions. At the same time, do your best to stop the actions of dangerous inquisitors. There are strong thematic elements. Vampiric blood and abilities, powerful ancient relics, the veil of secrecy, the rising power of your enemies. All thematic elements are interconnected and need to be considered to win. Game also features high replayability with 6 vampires with unique abilities to choose from, 9 city districts and countless city configurations, 13 relics and 54 different event cards, variable difficulty levels, so each game will be different. Excuse me, wow. I'm telling you, it's super dry in the Duct Tape Studios tonight. There we go. Also, the game is challenging. There are multiple paths to defeat and only one to victory. Time plays against you. Your days are counted. Agents are infesting the city. Will you be able to establish your dominion in time? There is a short Kickstarter video. It's actually a little less than a minute and a half. So let's kick back and take a peek. Why didn't the video kick in? Let's try that again. Hang on, gang.
As you wake up from the rattling sounds of a train, you realize that you are arriving in an unfamiliar place, destined to become either your dominion or the final grave for your family. A family with very different personalities, bounded for ages with blood and fear. Furious Laszlo, seductive Mila, hypnotic Agnieszka, otherworldly Nevena, mysterious Imre, and crazy Istvan. Your fate will be sealed in mere days. The Inquisition found out about your arrival, and their agents are coming one by one. Masters of the Night is a cooperative challenge for 1 to 5 vampires. Take the city under your control. Recruit minions. Get hold of powerful relics. But be careful not to break the fragile veil of secrets, protecting you from the rage of the mob. Can you complete the Blood Moon ritual before it's too late?
Masters of the Night is for 1 to 5 players, ages 13 and up, plays in 1 to 2 hours, and the project just launched. It is past the 60% funding mark. You can reserve a copy of the standard game for a $39 pledge or the premium edition for a $49 pledge through February 5th. There is a difference between the two. I want to say that the premium edition does have the miniatures. There are also 2 different kinds of stretch goals. Some are standard stretch goals, some are premium stretch goals. So in order to get the premium stretch goals, you guessed it, you have to pledge support for the premium edition, which is $49. Expected delivery on Masters of the Night is this December, so not too far off. Not too shabby, pretty cool. Ares Games makes some pretty good stuff. As Omnis Mecha mentioned, that we've got the Battlestar Galactica miniatures, which I reviewed. I really enjoyed that. Thought that was very cool. I thought it was a lot easier to get into than I was expecting, especially when you've got the different inertia rules and things like that, which I thought were very, very cool. This looks pretty nice. I like the art style. The miniatures look pretty cool. The miniatures are from the same company that did the minis for This War of Mine, which are really well done. And this seems to have, the artwork has kind of a, to me, it gives me like a kind of 50s vibe. 40s or 50s vibe. Yes, it appears that they're all Russian. They're all Russian vampires. But looks kind of interesting. So we shall see. I figure I want to say I believe it launched today. So I don't see any issue with it not funding. I think this will do just fine. Will Burton is in the house. Good to see you, Will. Welcome aboard. Good to see you in chat. Kind of surprised we have not seen Dan from No Enemies Here lately. I've not seen him yesterday, and we haven't seen him tonight. Hopefully he's not under the weather. Maybe he's already at WBC. So, anywho, on to the next news piece, because Free League Publishing will be releasing Simbar, Mother of Darkness. This is just a darkness night tonight. Couple of games with darkness in the title. And it's coming this month. Here's the dope. Free League Publishing, creators of the official Alien role-playing game, and for some strange reason, they say that a couple of times in this sell sheet about a different role-playing game, today announced that the worldwide release of the epic campaign module, Simbar, Mother of Darkness, for the acclaimed dark fantasy role-playing game, Symborum, is set for January 28th, 2020. Enter the vast forest of Devakar on a hunt for treasure, lost wisdom, and fame. Mother of Darkness is what the witches of the barbarian clans call the ruined city of Simbar, once the capital of the empire of Symborum. It has long been lost, but just recently its position has been pinpointed, triggering a rush of competing factions mounting expeditions in the hope of arriving there first. The journey will be long, the rivalry fierce and bloody, and none of the competitors truly know what to expect if they manage to reach the ruins alive. Simbar, Mother of Darkness, is the fourth installment of the epic Chronicle of the Crown of Thorns campaign for the award-winning Symborum tabletop role-playing game. It's also a good starting point for players who have never played Symborum before. They can jump right into the action and head straight for the grand prize. Well, why you do that? Why wouldn't you just pick up the other parts of the campaign? The lead artist for Simbar, Mother of Darkness, is Martin Grip, known for the acclaimed work on the recently released work on, once again, bad translation here, on the official Alien role-playing game by Free League Publishing. You can pre-order the hardcover from Free League for an MSRP of $37.62. Thereabout, it's the exchange rate, of course. This will include the PDF. I do not have any availability information for the PDF itself alone. I am going to guess it will be available at Drive-Thru RPG on or before the 28th. And with the MSRP of $37.62 for the hardcover, I'm going to say you'll find the PDF for $19.99. That is my guess. So, moving right along. My final news piece. Modiphius Entertainment has released the latest source book for the John Carter of Mars role-playing game. And I've got the dope. Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter of Mars Dotar Sojat Era Supplemental Rulebook, say that 5 times fast, provides you with an in-depth look at the Dotar Sojat era of play for the John Carter of Mars Adventures on the Dying World of Barsoom, say that 5 times fast, role-playing game. They're included in this book are narrator advice on using the themes and tone of the era and the plots of A Princess of Mars to create exciting Dotar Sojat era campaigns. New character options for Red Martians, Green Martians, and Earthborn, including new pre-made talents, flaws, and expanded accolades and renown spends. There are new narrator characters, those most beloved and despised of the era. New strange technology, powers for your players to acquire, and mysterious places of the Dotar Sojat era to explore, all packed with plot seeds to inspire narrators. There's also expanded rules for airships and using them in battle, rules for designing and building your own vessel, and a selection of pre-made ships for player and narrator convenience. The 184-page supplement is available right now in hardcover from Modiphius. It will include the PDF. It's available for $36.36. Again, exchange rate. Or in PDF alone at Drive-Thru RPG for $19.99. I reviewed the John Carter role-playing game, or Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter of Mars, Adventures on the Dying Planet of Barsoom role-playing game. I thought it was really nicely done. It is another 2D20 system. It is less crunchy than, say, Conan, though. Right about the same as Star Trek, in my opinion. Although, you know what? I think Star Trek's a little crunchier. Just a little bit. One thing that kind of throws me is the landscape style they went with the book. And yes, it does look cool, and it's kind of almost like a tabletop book, right? You would have the coffee table book style. But it's very bizarre to try to read that. It's just a little strange to try to read it, especially if you're trying to read the PDFs. The landscape style just is very, very strange. Although it is a cool system, there are a couple of other supplemental rule books that are in the works that will cover other eras of John Carter. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Of course, I was talking about Drive-Thru RPG, and the Gaming Gang, thus the Daily Dope, are actually affiliated with the One Bookshelf sites. So if you're going to swing over to, say, Drive-Thru RPG or Dungeon Masters Guild or Wargame Vault, what have you, please stop over at thegaminggang.com first. Click on one of our banners. That way, if you do happen to make a purchase, I get a small portion of that sale. And it all adds up. It really does. I really, really do appreciate everyone who does use our links, our banners, to go to, say, Drive-Thru RPG, because actually our little commissions, I guess we'll call them, pay for the hosting for the website pretty much month in, month out. And it is not cheapo hosting either at the website for the Gaming Gang. Always point out, we do not have GoDaddy $3 a month hosting, or what is it, Blue Gator or Gator, HostGator? I think it's HostGator is the other real, like, super cheap domain and hosting companies. No. So a Grade A has popped in. Good to see you, Grade A. Swinging in just as the show is coming to a close. Although, I did mention there were a couple of things I was going to talk about before I wrap up. So, I mentioned on last night's show that I have a poll, it's going to end today, over on Twitter, asking viewers if they want to see a return of the unboxings and the reviews and the page throughs and things like that for the Daily Dope, as opposed to just having the tabletop gaming news. And so far, it's running about 75% are saying, yeah, they want to see the coverage of the games back on the Daily Dope. Because it's been a few months. It's a few months that we've just been doing the news. And I don't know, I'm kind of up in the air about it, because I think a lot of people would like to see that. But then again, a lot of people don't want to have to sit through the tabletop gaming news to see an unboxing of something or a review of something. And of course, that means I also have to put together show notes for every episode and put those in there. Just a lot of work. A lot more. It's more work than just doing the tabletop gaming news, which is already work. So what I'm thinking is I might just do... Oh, the other thing I was going to mention, and I talked about this last night, I don't have all that much stuff to cover that I can sit there and do, 20 shows where we're doing unboxings and reviews and always have something on hand. It's very, it's up and down, up and down. Sometimes I see, 4 or 5 games show up in a week. I might see a couple of weeks go by, nothing arrives. So, gotta remember, I'm an independent. People aren't necessarily banging, kicking down my door to send review copies of stuff. Some companies I've worked with for a long time, and they still send stuff. But most of these places out there, you know, they want to pay Man versus Meeple to provide coverage for them, or pay Tom over at the Dice Tower to do videos and stuff. They're not necessarily looking for me to provide coverage. Shoo. Anywho. All right, so let's see what we got. A Great Day says, snow messed up my schedule. Yeah, you, I remember, I think you opened the show last night by saying, hey, happy snow day. So you must got hit by snow. We didn't. We really didn't get hit by any snow at all. So we got a little, they were talking about, oh, well, we might get 12 inches. And then I was like, well, you might get 6. And then it was like, well, maybe 2. So it's kind of like, yeah. So let's see what's going on here in chat, and then I will mention the other thing. So Omnis Mecha says, okay, I poked around the FFG re-release ships that are coming out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, folks watching this show probably really don't care. You're the first person to actually be like, oh, hey, what's going on with the Star Wars stuff? So let's see. And A Great Day says, I'm assuming Jeff mentioned the Dark Tower Kickstarter. No, I did not. I don't know anything about the Dark Tower Kickstarter. I know about the Kickstarter for Oath. That's what popped in about 10 minutes before I went live, that I did not have time to throw something together. Plus, I already learned my lesson. I never try to squeeze in last-minute news pieces, because that just messes something up. I always forget to do something. So no, I am not aware of that, of the Dark Tower Kickstarter. Are we talking about the old Dark Tower game? Like, wasn't that like Milton Bradley or something like that? So I don't know. That, I mean, when you're saying Dark Tower, that's what I'm thinking, the old Dark Tower. So A Great Day says yes, that is it. Is it Restoration Games? Are they doing it? Because they did what? Volcano Island was one of them. So I'll take a look. I'll have to take a look. No one, nobody shot me. Well, I gotta be honest. I haven't looked at my mail in a while. Well, I haven't looked at my mail in a few hours. So I don't know. I will take a peek. I'll see if it's worth sharing. I mean, I seem to recall the Dark Tower. I don't remember it being all that big a deal. And yeah, I guess it turns out, yes, it's Restoration Games. I don't know. I guess. Restoration Games is kind of, well, yeah, $1.3 million already. Yeah, well, you know, it's nostalgia, right? I mean, you just play on people's nostalgia. So, okay, so we're talking about this. So this is as far as I understand. Now, I don't know. I have not played Volcano Island. I never played the original Volcano Island because we didn't play those kind of board games. We were playing Avalon Hill and SPI and you know, D&D, well, more Call of Cthulhu, but we played, you know, Top Secret, role-playing games, stuff like that. We weren't playing Volcano Island with little marbles and stuff like that. So everybody went nuts for that. It came out. And the reviews I ran across were sort of like, yeah, because all it was rolling a marble around and you were doing a roll and move. So, I don't know. So Omnis Mecha says, nothing's wrong with playing nostalgia if it's not used as a crutch. Hey, I mean, you know, if they want to re-release that and stuff, that's cool. I got absolutely no problem with it. I'll have to take a look, because I could have swore I thought we had Dark Tower when my brother and I were kids, and it was like, So, anyway, what was the other thing I was going to mention now? See, now you got me thinking about Dark Tower. I'm trying to get the old memory banks cranked up and be like, what was that? What was it? Well, there you go. You know, after I sign off, I'll be like, oh, now I remember what it was. So, yeah, it was along the lines of, oh, I know what it was. So we were talking a little bit yesterday in chat about how you go about posting videos on Board Game Geek. And I had mentioned, yeah, I said when I do like unboxings or first looks or reviews, or even on Role Playing Game Geek or RPG Geek, I always post. But people were saying, oh, well, no, you can just post like the daily dope. I don't see how you can do it because it looks like you have to post videos on a game page or on a blog, which I already have a blog over on Board Game Geek just for videos. And I started that, I don't know, year and a half ago. I think there's like 460 videos on it. But I know overall we've done, I think, like 800, more than 800 videos total since the Gaming Gang launched in 2010. But I have not seen any sort of way that you can, like, say, for an example, like the Dice Tower does a show where it's just a Dice Tower news show. I don't see where you upload that, where you link that from YouTube on Board Game Geek. Maybe I'm blind, but I thought you needed to actually link a video either to a blog, which I already have, that I don't expect people to actually visit anyway, because I've got the website. You know, that's where people visit. They visit the Gaming Gang. They don't go looking for the Gaming Gang blog on Board Game Geek. So, I don't know. So if somebody knows how you're supposed to just take a standalone video and float it out there on Board Game Geek, by all means, let me know. But I don't think it's possible. So, as I had mentioned yesterday, if you're looking to help spread the word about the Gaming Gang, as well as this show or any videos that I do for unboxings, reviews, what have you, the best bet is if you are somebody who hangs out on Reddit and posts on Reddit from time to time, share the links to the videos. I can't personally, because I don't have enough cred on Reddit, because I never post on Reddit. Anyway, all right, so that is that. So as I mentioned, if somebody knows of a way to just post standalone videos like news videos on Board Game Geek, let me know. All right, so that's it for this time out. Of course, as I like to always point out, if you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. And if you do, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it will not only notify you when the Daily Dope goes live, also tell you when I upload standalone videos, such as my first look at Oceans from North Star Games, which I got to play over the weekend. Not enough to do a review yet, though, but I'll give you a hint. Pretty cool. Anyway, and of course, when you are not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel here at YouTube, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. Of course, all of you who hung out and chat, giving me company, thank you very, very much. I always appreciate those of you who tune in to watch live, keeping me company so I don't feel like a dope just blabbering away at a camera for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, what have you. But if you don't watch live, I have a soft spot in my heart too. So I don't care if you're watching live or on Memorex. Thank you so much. Of course, I will be back tomorrow, which is Wednesday. We will do some Hump Day news. I will take a look at that Dark Tower Kickstarter. Maybe I'll be sharing that news. I don't know. Anyway, everybody enjoy your Tuesday night. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow. So until then, happy trails. Oh, you're still here. Well, if that's the case, by all means, subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel by clicking right here. And of course, if you want to catch up on past episodes of The Daily Dope, check out this playlist. And if you'd like to see what YouTube's recommending you take a peek at from the channel, just give a click right over here. Of course, I'm Jeff McAleer, and once again, thank you very much for watching.